Welcome to the Author's Porch, where every good conversation happens. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride from author to author. We want to give you an experience where you learn and enjoy the conversation. Authors tell you about their journey, you learn about new books, and at the end of the day, you go home with a smile on your face because the Author's Porch is a beacon of light, bringing you home to the family you never knew you had. We hope that you enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Author's Porch, where every great conversation happens. And it happens because we have an amazing group of people that support us every single day. So thank you for coming back, listening to our authors, listening to their amazing stories, and just being here with us, being an amazing community. Today on the show, we have Daisy Paige. How are you doing, Daisy?
I'm good, CJ. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for reaching out to me and connecting and bringing your story, your book, and your essence here to the Author's Porch, because after reading your bio and getting to know just a little bit about you, which I'm going to give just a tiny, tiny bit, like I said earlier, I think that your story, your mission, and your life, sharing this with our audience and the world as a whole is so important. And I am just struck with gratitude to be talking with you tonight. So thank you so much for bringing it here to the Author's Porch. I'm humbled.
My pleasure, and thank you. That means a lot to me.
Guys, Daisy Paige wrote this fantastic book called Unexpected Moments. And when she had the opportunity, she told Kirk Cameron, a lot of you will know Kirk Cameron from, I think was it the 80s or the 90s?
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah. So you guys will know when she told Kirk Cameron about this, her story, her life, he wrote the foreword. Excuse me, I told you I was going to mess up the words. He wrote the foreword to her book. And she went on to write her book and tell about her story and her life. And I'm not going to tell you much because hearing it from Daisy is so much more impactful than hearing it from me. It's not my story to tell. But when she wrote this book, some of the proceeds from this book is for charity. And you'll hear about it, why it's for a charity here in a minute from Daisy. Daisy, thank you for bringing it here. And one of the questions that I have for you first and foremost is why this title? Why Unexpected Moments?
Well, I feel that everyone has a lot of unexpected moments in their life, as I have. Every moment that I wrote about in this book was all unexpected, and that's where that name comes from.
Yeah. So, can you give us a background on your story? So, like I said, it's not my story to tell, it's not my opportunity to share with the world, but can you tell us what this book is about? I know it's your life story, but what can they expect by reading this book?
Well, I'll start with why I wrote the book first off. I was diagnosed about a year and a half ago with a rare terminal neurological condition. It's known as MSA, and only 4 out of every 100,000 people in the U.S. are diagnosed with it. So that's how unlucky of a card I drew, But believe it or not, God came to me, and this beautiful ball of light, and I saw these praying hands come out of this light, and then arms opened wide and said, "Your time is near, but you must share your story from the beginning first." And I was like, "How am I supposed to do that?" But that's all I heard. I was supposed to go to Vermont and meet with my best friend in October, and she ended up with COVID, so I didn't get to go. My husband and I were driving by one of our large hometown churches, and on the marquee it said Kirk Cameron was coming. So he asked me, "Would you like to go see Kirk Cameron since we can't go to Vermont?" I was like, "Of course I would." It's my celebrity heartthrob growing up. His
Yeah.
posters were all over my room. So I got VIP tickets, and my stepmom took me, and um, when it came question and answer time, I raised my hand, and then I put it down because I got a little nervous. And this man in the middle of the aisle raised his hand, and when Kurt said, "Yes, sir," he said, "The lady down there on the end has a question for you." And I was like, "Oh, gee, boy, did he put me on the spot?" Kurt's like,
Right.
what is, what's your question? And I said, "First of all, are you going to have a Seavers reunion?" Alan Thicke passed away, but he said Joanna Kearns and Tracy Gold and Jerry Miller and he had been talking about doing something. But secondly, remember my celebrity heartthrob as a teenager? Had your posters all over my walls. I wrote you a letter asking you for your autograph, and you never sent it to me, so I gave you 3 months, and I tore your posters off my walls because you broke my heart. Because, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make that up to you tonight. And at that time, I'm in a wheelchair, so I was in a wheelchair. He came over to me at the campfire, and, well, actually, I asked his security guard, could he get him to sign my ticket for me? And he came over to me and he said, I gave him a bracelet that was to feed MSA.org. And I told him that it was terminal, and I told him about my vision. And he said, well, how do you plan on telling your story? I said, I don't know. He goes, I think you should write a book. Said, but I've only written a poem my whole life. He goes, you can do it. Just pray about it. Keep me updated and let me know where you are in your book. This was in October. January 23rd, I finished my book. So he asked me to send him my manuscript. So I sent him my manuscript, and he wrote back the forward and sent it to me.
Wow.
So the book shares my trials and tribulations that I've suffered over the years. I became a Christian at the age of 8 years old. I participated in state Bible drills, won second place in the state of Texas.
Congratulations.
Church, thank you. That was a huge honor, especially being 8 years old in the state of Texas.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Texas is known for being the Bible Belt of the United States.
I loved the Bible. I loved learning about the Bible. But God told me then, he said, you're going to have a huge story to tell one of these days. And at 9 years old, I found out that my stepmother was not my real mother. I thought she was my real mom.
Oh, wow.
That my real mom had been killed in a car accident when I was a baby. And so I started being molested for 4.5 years by my brother. And my aunt caught him the first time he did it, but she just prayed about it with us because that was childhood curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And he continued to do it. And I thought, well, I'm not supposed to tell anybody because she just prayed about it. She didn't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it went on for 4.5 years. At 14, he moved out of the house, and then I got raped. And then I was drugged by another guy that asked me out, along with about 9 other girls in my high school. He worked at our school store, which was like next door to the school that we'd go to for lunch and stuff. And he laced us with PCP and LSD because we would turn him down and wouldn't go out with him. So, by this time, I'm thinking, oh, wow, life is just about pain. You're supposed to suffer, be in pain. Well, there was a drug raid after they found out it was LSD and PCP and put together where it was coming from. And he pulled a gun out on the police officer, so he was shot and killed.
Wow.
I tried to kill myself because I thought, this is the end. I can't take this anymore,
That's a lot for a teenager to go through and still find a purpose.
It really was. And then I had a therapy session with a counselor in my inpatient, mental health center, and with my father and my brother. And so I shared that first I was raped, and my brother was like, who was it? I'm going to go kick his butt. And I'm like, wow, you did it to me too. You did it for 4.5 years. And he He admitted it one time that he said the same thing. It was just curiosity. My dad didn't believe me. Even the therapist told him, she's not making this up. My brother said, you got to mix up with the right. My dad didn't believe me. So I had to live with the gap in our relationship because he didn't believe me. I thought he told my stepmother, but he didn't tell her. So I thought she was unsupportive too.
Oh,
And
wow.
I just secluded myself to my room. And I wanted out of the house so bad. I felt like I didn't belong.
Hmm.
And then I got actually a good boyfriend who was so good to me. He never pursued me in any way or anything. But I felt like I didn't deserve him because I had known pain all my life. So
Yeah.
I let him go. And then I ended up pregnant in my junior summer. And I had my daughter my senior year. And I moved in with him and his family. And then we got married and we had two more kids. So we were together for 11 years and he was abusive.
Oh, wow, Daisy.
Went back to pain, what I knew. But during that time, I prayed for God to bring me West. That was the good boyfriend back. I said, I don't know why I thought I didn't deserve, goodness. And He brought him back to me long enough to get me out of that situation
Mm-hmm.
of abuse. And um, I, I came home from work one day. He was gone. And I'm like, God, why did you take him away again? He said, He served His purpose. He came to get you out of a bad situation, which He did. And He did His job, so you no longer need him.
That gave
So
me chills.
He was an earth angel.
Yeah, that gave me chills because people don't realize that everybody that comes through your life has a purpose. And we don't realize what their purpose is until they've served it. And some people are forever, some people are not. And to know that he was there to save you from the repeated behavior of pain and accepting that pain because you thought that that's what you deserved. What That's just a beautiful
It
thing.
was.
Mm.
Then I had a few other earth angels. I had one. I didn't think I could buy Christmas for my kids when our first year of divorce. I'm making $8.50 an hour, raising three kids, barely can pay the bills.
Yeah.
So I prayed to God, please help me. They know the meaning of Christmas because, Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
I just want to see the joy on their faces. Oh, that's my blessing. And so there was a knock at the door one day, and by the time I got to it, there was a bicycle and about 3 bags of toys and clothes and all kinds of goodies for the kids.
Oh, bless.
And then a couple of days later, there was another knock at the door, but this time there was a lady there with another bicycle and more gifts. And I asked her, did you come the other day? And she said, no, this was just an anonymous donor that donated this. And I thought, well, there's another anonymous donor. God, he answered my prayer.
Yeah.
Well, we had a major ice storm and we lost power for like 3 weeks. And so my children had to go stay with my father-in-law, or my ex-father-in-law at this point, because he had a fireplace and a heater, and I didn't. So I just stayed bundled up in my apartment with no heat, really no food or anything. And this guy came up, he was like a brother to me, came and got me and took me to his place where he had gas water heater, gas stove, so he was able to let me take a nice warm bath, fix me something nice warm to eat,
Mm.
took care of me, took me in. So God sent him to come get me because I was freezing. I was going to get sick.
You know, people don't realize that there are humans out there that do live with nothing like you were living, and that if you just pay attention, you will see them and you will be able to do something to help them, like the individual that helped you. And sometimes it's not big things that you have to do. Sometimes it's just a matter of, hey, would you
Yeah,
like to come over for dinner? Giving them a warm place for a couple of hours and having conversation.
Well, he let me spend a couple of nights there. By the time I got back home, the electricity was on, you know. So,
That's awesome. Wow.
but my husband now and I have been married for 12 years. He I've known since I was 5 years old. So we've known each other for 44 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
He's been in and out of my life. Um, like in 10th grade, I asked him to the Sadie Hawkins dance, and he told me no.
I had to run mine down. I had to stalk him for 6 years before he would say yes to me. So I totally get it. He caved in the end. They always cave. They know a good one when they see it. They're just scared of it, right?
Right. Well, after I divorced my first husband, he came actually and helped me get. I had left those gifts in the next door at my best friend's house. He came and helped me bring them over and set up, you know, toys that needed to be put together and things. And he took me to the grocery store, and his mom had to get in line in front of us, which I had known her since I was little too. She said to the cashier, "Don't they make a cute couple?" And I was like, "Trish, we are not a couple." And she said, "You know what? One of these days you will be, because mom knows best."
That's
So
so funny.
he'd never married, never had children, so he waited for me. I have three; they're grown now, but he helped me raise them through their teenage years, you know. So he helped me with that.
That's my husband too. I was married, had two kids, and they were 9 and 11 when I married my current husband. And he had never married, never had kids. So we're so, yeah,
Similar,
yeah,
really.
very similar. In your book, Unexpected Moments, it talks about the moments in your life that you went through to get to where you are now. And you said, was it 2 years ago that you were diagnosed with a terminal neurological disease, correct?
Yes, about
Illness,
a year and a half.
year and a
Mm-hmm.
half ago. Um, now, what, so obviously 12 years, marriage, happiness, you're living life. And we talked before before we went live, and you told us about the hurricane that went through and leveled your home. So you've had a lot of unexpected moments in your life. But what would you tell people about those unexpected moments? Because you're still full of so much life. Most people lay down after that and they say, "I'm done. I give up." Like but I'm talking to you and you're full of so much life. There's this light inside of you. What do you tell people when they say, "Well, you have a terminal illness"? I mean, how can you be so happy? What do you say to them?
Well, like I said to you, or I say, um, I believe, of course, everything happens for a reason. God puts you through things to make you stronger, or sometimes He puts you through things to grab your attention if you're not on the right track. So, me being a devoted Christian, having that faith and knowing that God is always with you no matter what,
Mm,
through your hardships and your hard times. I mean, evidently He's proved to me numerous times that even though I'm going through something, He's there to pull me out with Wes, sending him to help me get out of that bad marriage, um, sending those gifts for my children for Christmas. And there's been other times, I've nearly lost my life, and he pulled me through those times. Um, so just have faith that God is there and He's going to help you through your situation, no matter how hard or difficult it is.
yeah,
And just watch for the signs and listen for the signs, because He's going to tell you and He's going to show you what to do, but you got to pay attention, because if you don't, you may get stuck in that hard time or that rut, whatever it may be.
absolutely. It's the craziest thing sometimes happens to me. I'll wake up and say I slept through my alarm, and then I try to make my coffee and it'll spill everywhere. And then the next thing, everything just keeps happening, and then I'll stop and I'll go, I'm slowing down. I got it. I got the message. I'm slowing down. Their everyday life has moments, unexpected
Unexpected.
moments. Right? My friend Michael, who's prior Army. His book is about to be released. It's called Life. He called his the name of his book. Well, get my words out here. The name of his book is Life's Memorable Moments. Unexpected, memorable. I call them crazy CJ moments because they're usually some debacle that I've gotten myself into. But they're moments, glimpses in time. And if you slow down long enough, you'll see paths that have been laid out for you that you're supposed to take.
Exactly. Doors opening, things like that. Yes.
Yeah, and people like yourself and Michael have been able to compile those and put them into a book to show people. And even the cover of your book, I think it's a beautiful cover. It really is, Daisy.
My daughter painted that actually.
No way, really.
Yes. And it shows, the hurdle. It's just the barricade there. My windy road, rocky mountains that I had to go over, and
Yeah.
the bridge is broken on the mountain.
Mm.
But I've gone over broken bridges, and I'm fixing to make it up this other mountain to the cross, where I'll be with the Lord and Savior and eternal life, have eternal life. I know people are praying for my healing because I have a lot of pain, and I'm 100% reliable on my husband now. I'm totally independent on him. I depend on him, and that's what happens with this disease. It progresses so quickly. And it's called multi-system atrophy because it attacks your systems, like your autonomic systems, that your breathing, your circulatory, your urinary tract, your digestive tract, and all those are starting to shut down already. I have issues with all of them. Other husbands or other men that I've been with, they would have long left me, but I know that God put Eugene in my life for this reason because. And I even tell him sometimes. One time I told him, I said, "You didn't sign up for this." He said, "Yes, I did too." I said, "In sickness and in health, and until death do us part, I'm going to be there." And so there's two types of MSA. There's the MSA-P and there's MSA-C, and I have the P. And they diagnosed me with Parkinson's first, so that's why it takes so long. Took them, I had symptoms since 2019, and I just got diagnosed. About a little over a year and a half. So that's why it took so long, is because I thought I had Parkinson's first.
Okay. Is there any medical devices, medicine, anything that they can do to help prolong life with this illness?
Not really, just things to kind of slow progression down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really trial and error basis. Different people have different symptoms, so it depends on what symptoms one's having. Then they have to try things. If that doesn't work, they have to put you on something else. So it's just so much research is into it right now with it being so rare.
Okay.
And that's part of my book is I do donate 10% of the proceeds to defeatmsa.org, donate to us, charity. And I just started a story yesterday. It's on my Facebook page in Bonfire, and it's called Unexpected Moments in MSA. And it's got shirts with the ribbon, which is purple color for MSA. It says, hope, faith, and cure, I think is what it says. And then it's got the defeatmsa.org, donate to us on it. And on the back, it's got unexpected moments on my website. So they'll get double proceeds, proceeds from the shirts and proceeds from the book as well. People will see the advertisement of the book on the back of the shirt. So I thought that was really something to do that could help benefit the research study as well.
And where can people go? I want to type that in the comments here so people on YouTube, the group, and our page can go straight in and go and grab a copy of either the shirt, the book, or anything to help get the book out there as well as the proceeds going to the charity?
Well, the website to buy the book, you can buy it on Amazon and Walmart.com and Barnes and Nobles, but I only get minimal proceeds from there. So if you
Right.
go
We
to
want to maximize these proceeds.
yeah, and that's a very long link, but if you go to Daisy Paige, Author on Facebook and follow me there, there is the website on there. It's called Xlibris, so the XLIBRIS.com. And then I have shared the store, the MS, Unexpected Moments in MSA on there.
Okay, so we have to get you on Facebook, you said?
Yes,
All
Daisy
right.
Paige, author.
Let me just grab this real quick because we want to make sure I've got you. Okay, that's your personal page. We're not going to give that one out to everyone. I got you, Daisy Page Author. All right. I've got the Exilbris Bookstore Unexpected Moments link here. I'm going to wait for it to clear, and I'm going to put it in the comments here because
Good.
we want people to be able to go straight to the link and grab the book. And you said on your Facebook there was a T-shirt.
Yeah, and I just posted it last night or early this morning. So it's
Okay.
called Unexpected Moments in MSA. It's the name of the store on Bonfire.
Yes, and I just grabbed that link and posted it here on the YouTube, Facebook, and group as well, so people can go grab that shirt. And I'm looking at it, and it's super cute because it's got the. I love purple, by the way.
Oh,
It's
actually,
got,
there's 6 different shirts. But that one was my favorite. So
yeah, and it's fall, you guys. So you're gonna need this because it's like a 3/4 sleeve, and it's white, but it's got purple. What is it? Sleeves. I was like, what's this word? Use your words. Somebody take me back to kindergarten. It's got short sleeve. Oh, I really like this short sleeve gray one too. And you've got all kinds of. There's a white one here. There's a hoodie. I'm a hoodie girl. I live in South Texas. I don't know why I'm a hoodie girl. I should not like hoodies in South Texas, guys, but I do. I guess
yes.
I'm gonna go and visit the North one day when it's cold. Who knows? So we've got all of
There's
your links here, Daisy. Do you want me to link your author page, your Facebook author page for people to follow you as well?
absolutely the more
Okay.
followers, the better.
Yes. Also, that you guys can get a hold of Daisy on her Facebook author page to book her for to come on a virtual tour for her book. Get her to come and talk to you more about her book as well, because there's so much about this that we could talk for hours. It's such an amazing thing that you're doing. You're not only writing a book to talk about your story, but you're also trying to help other people to bring their stories out by helping with the research for the illness so that they could have life expectancies a little bit longer.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Daisy, before we end the show, is there anything you want to talk about that we maybe didn't bring up? Because I sometimes I talk too much. I'm sorry.
Well, if I have time, I would love to read Kirk Cameron's forward.
Oh, please. I forgot all about that. I was so enthralled by your story that I forgot about Kirk Cameron. Like, don't tell him I said that. You guys don't tell him.
Okay, it was an autumn night in Texas when I first met Daisy. She came up in a wheelchair next to me at the campfire. Her smile was bright. She shared her journey with me and told me she did not have much time left on earth. I told her to write down her story and I would do anything I could to help share her story with the world. I only spoke with her briefly that night, but her attitude and resilient spirit inspired me. I hope this book of an individual's incredible journey through emotional, physical, and spiritual pain and coming through the other side of tragedy, still praising the Lord, will encourage you in your present situation. Daisy's message will bring you comfort and remind you that you are not alone in your struggles or your life circumstances. I pray her words will bring you hope. There is one who knows the plans he has for you, plans to give you hope in a future. Jeremiah 29:11, Kirk Cameron.
It's beautiful.
It touches me every time I read it. It is
Yeah, it's beautiful, and not just because it was written by Kirk. I mean, obviously he has beautiful words, but when you put into perspective everything about the story and having faith and knowing that we're all going to go through a lot of hard times, but put into perspective the fact that you still have one more breath. And as long as you have one more breath, put a smile on your face and have faith.
and I'm gonna keep sharing my story until I can't anymore.
And you know what, Daisy? I just see such a bright light inside of you. And I will pray that you have many, many more days. And I know that um, the doctors say they're numbered, but they don't have the last word. And that is the best part of all of it. And I know that um, I see a lot of life left in you. And I pray that the pain that in your illness, you know, just doesn't take that light away, because it you have an amazing story and people need to hear it. They need to understand that life's unexpected moments do not have to be the moments that define you. The moments that define you are the ones that push you forward into the greatness that you are to become.
That is so true. And I am writing a second book, so I need some time. And it's called Beyond Heaven's Gates because God's given me just a few glimpses of heaven. And I've got those. I was having 2 to 3 dreams about heaven a week for a while there, so I'm putting those into words. I think that He wants me to share that with people to let them know there is life after life. Here, there's eternal life.
Yes, I would love to see those. I would love to read the glimpses beyond Heaven's Gate, because I need that motivation on certain days. Lord knows I need that motivation on certain days. So if you've
My
seen them,
daughter painting that cover too.
is she really? I love your cover, and I when you told me she painted that, I was like, "There's no way that looks like a picture that somebody took."
No, she's a great artist. She really is. Her name is Lana Faye. And I named her that because if you say it really fast, Lana Faye.
Yeah, a lot of faith. Yeah, yeah, I caught that. Well, Daisy, I am humbled and honored to have had you on the show tonight. Your book needs to go far and wide and touch a lot of hearts, and I believe that it will. Thank you for sharing your story with us tonight. There has been some comments in the on the page and in the group here. I'll let you read those afterwards. And the reason is I think that um, you talking to them directly after the show will probably mean a lot to them, because
Oh, yeah, I like that.
you definitely have touched them. You've touched me tonight. And I can't wait
Plus,
to read your book, because I'm going to go buy the book and I'm going to buy me a shirt, and I'm going to show the world that we are going to live our unexpected moments, smile, and hopefully we'll have just a fraction of the light that you show in this world.
well, thank you, CJ. And it was my pleasure to be here. And thank you again for having me.
Yeah, guys, make sure you go in the comments here, grab the book from the website that I shared here, so that Daisy can get the maximum, whatever that word is, proceeds, so that she can give that 10% to the charities that help with the research for the illness, as well as making sure that you're going and grabbing a t-shirt if you can. We want to give as much to charity as we can, because we all want to fight. We all want to put forth effort in this fight for Daisy, and we want to see the next book as well. I'm looking forward to that. So, guys, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Thanks, Daisy, for coming and sharing. Kirk,
Okay.
thanks for your wonderful forward and making us all cry. We appreciate that. That was wonderful. We would love to see you grace the screens again, a reunion, in any of that stuff. We're down for that as well. Come, do a show with Daisy. Kirk, go ahead and bring Daisy on a show, and you two have an interview show together. That would be cool.
On his takeaways, he's got a takeaway interview show. I've been trying to tell him interviews authors on there. I said, you need to interview me on there. After all, you did the forward.
Kirk, she
What?
said it. Hello. Can you interview Daisy on your show, please? Don't make me and my friends stalk you on social media until it happens. Just say it. But, anyways, guys, we will see you next time. Have a great evening, and we are out. Bye, everybody. Bye, Daisy. We'll see you later. Bye.
What?